Hi everyone, this is Brad from YouTube, and I am going to do a past life reading for my dear friend Sarely. She liked my status on Facebook and wanted to have a past life reading, and let's see what we have here for her. Now this is going to be a very long reading here. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, this is a long reading. Here. Okay, we're going to start from the very top here. The first card that is at the top of the head here is the Hierophant. As you can tell, yeah, my camera's a little sucky. The Hierophant, this card talks about the soul nature for Sarely coming into this life. I'm sensing with her soul nature, she was a very spiritual, very religious person, and I think she kind of still is now, but she doesn't take her religion too seriously, but I am sensing with the soul nature that, you know, she was just very much into God, or whoever you want to call it. It's something to me that, she really just, was very spiritual, if not religious, if there's a difference there. Here we talk about her environment. Her environment is the Two of Cups. It's telling me, and now when we talk about environment, we can talk about time frame. We can talk about the life that she had, the time period that she lived in. With this card, I'm sensing the time period she lived in. I'm not sensing it's like the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages, but it has something to do with kingdoms. I'm not really good with time frames beyond before, the 40s or the 30s, but I think it's very long ago. And I do believe during that time there was some religious freedom, but there were a lot of people who were in the church, and I'm sensing that her parents were very much into religion and into the church as well. Then I look over here to her early childhood. The Nine of Swords, I am sensing that she, despite this religious, spiritual upbringing, I think, during the time that she lived in, I believe was war. I'm sensing there was a war going on during her childhood. I'm not sure if her dad or if one of her other relatives. I'm sensing that Sarely was a male in this past life. She, I believe, uh, you know, was very scared, high anxiety. She, whoever she was in this past life, was into her religion, but she didn't believe in fighting for what she believed in. But however, during the time period that she lived in, a lot of people did fight for what they believed in to the death. Uh, and I do believe what I'm sensing here, because I'm an empathic reader, I feel the cards, I don't really see, but I know that this caused her a lot of pain, because I think someone close in her family was in the war and fighting it and did not survive. Her education, the Ten of Pentacles, this is telling me she was a very intelligent person. She was, she knew everything. I do believe, even though I don't think she was a wealthy type of person, but she was very intelligent to begin with. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles talks about. And when I see the Ten of Pentacles in the education, I believe that she was just very smart, and she got the best education. Even though she wasn't all that wealthy, I do believe that she had connections. And then I look down here at her accomplishments. Her accomplishments, I do believe, when I look at the, what is this, the Eight of Cups, I really do believe her accomplishments were, she ignored anyone who really just didn't get her and her beliefs. And she really didn't pay attention to people who hurt her and people who tried to, you know, back her down or, you know, knock her down. And she was just not into that stuff. I mean, she was just very open-minded, but, you know, there were still people who did not see, you know, who she was and did not get what she believed in, whatever she believed in at that time. Then I look at her occupation. Her occupation here, the Ace of Swords, her occupation, I do believe that she worked in the war. I mean, I don't think she fought in the war, but I do believe that she offered spiritual healing. I believe during that. I think she wasn't like a nurse or anything, but I do believe she offered spiritual counseling, spiritual healing for warriors who were either going to die or severely injured. I'm not sure if she was an actual priest or a nun or anything like that, but since Sarely was a male, a guy in this past life, it is possible. But I sense that's, you know, spiritual healing, prayers, counseling, you know, stuff like that, she offered. And, you know, that was her occupation. Her social status, I believe, this talks about what other people thought of her and what they believed who she was. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this is telling me that her social status, she was very well known to offer people the help that they needed. She lent out a helping hand, so to speak, and they knew if anyone needed help from traumatic, uh, a traumatic event, she was there because she knew what trauma was. Because during her early childhood, she went through a lot of it, and she helped not only through spiritual healing, but through healing. You know, she went through a lot, and she went through personal experience as well as what she learned. Okay, this next card here talks about her her relationships. Her relationships. When I see the Seven of Pentacles, I do believe that she did not have a stable relationship until her later life. You know, sometimes things didn't work out, and she tried her hardest to have a stable relationship, but she couldn't. I think, but after a time, though, I do believe she did find that love, but that didn't work out, and so she kind of just gave up after that. Now, this next card talks about her family life. Her family life, the Justice card, I'm sensing right now a lot of her family were very outspoken about their beliefs. She wasn't, but her family was. And with that, there were times when they had punishments. I'm not sure if there was executions or anything like that, but I do believe that they were severely punished, whether it be lengthy jail terms, stuff like that. I'm not sensing any actual death sentences or death penalties with their beliefs. I'm not sure if this was the Dark Ages. Then I look at this last card here, talks about her death. The Sun, I do believe that she left behind this, I don't want to say legacy, but people really did miss her. They really, really wanted, she lived to a very old age. I do believe it was somewhere in the late 60s, early 70s. That's what I'm getting from this card. And, people, when she died, I believe that she died from natural causes, an illness that she fought. Not for very long. When it was her time, she knew it, and she didn't try to fight for her life when she was ill. But she died because she wanted to, in a sense. She knew it was her time, and people were just very, very sad to see her go. But she left behind something very touching and very inspiring to other people in this life. The last four cards here, these two cards here, the High Priestess and the Emperor, talk about the lessons that are learned in this past life, and then these two cards over here talk about the things the things that affect her in this present life now. We look over here at the High Priestess. One of the lessons that were learned in this past life was that, she is still a spiritual person. She still is that, that enlightening person, even though she might not be, a healer, a spiritual healer like they were, but she still carries that with her, and that's a very deep lesson to learn. That's actually very, very empowering. The Emperor, I do believe that she learned how to be a leader in some sort, not like, war leader or, something like that, but she knew how to, she took away from this life, and, that's what she took away from it. I do believe that she took away, from this life, personal freedom, and freedom to believe what she wants to believe, think the way she wants to think, and all those things. Then I look up here, these two cards here talk about how this past life affects her present life. Here. The first card that was here is the Four of Cups. I do believe in this present life, she holds a lot of things. I do believe in her deep subconscious. She really wants the glory and stuff that we see here in this past life. But in this present life, destiny, or whatever you want to call it, has a different calling for her. And she might not want to see it, or maybe she just doesn't see it at all. But it's here. It really is here. And she really wants to enlighten people again. Or at least her subconscious does. Then this is the very last card. The Five of Wands, I do believe, with people, when I look up at her accomplishments, her talking about learning how to interact with people. I do believe that she carries that with her, because the Five of Wands talks about conflict. Not bad conflict, but more like in a debate, I would say. Not argumentative, but a debate. And she really, she respects whatever people believe, but I still think, even in this present life, people sometimes clash with her because they don't really understand her. Yeah, and that is all for this past life reading. If you want a tarot reading with me, please contact me on my Facebook, or you can contact me on my YouTube channel.